Hello, everybody. Audra here just to walk you through this tricky process that is unfortunately tricky for us getting registered for the regular season. So we recently discovered that your teams that you were using in preseason cannot sign up for regular season. So I'm going to walk you through how I'm going to sign up my students for regular season. So I am here, I'm signed into LeagueSpot with my school account, and I'm ready to sign up for the regular season. So what I need to do is go to my organization, and from here I can see, stats of preseason, all that fun stuff. These are my preseason teams. So this is my Mario Kart. These are my two Mario Kart teams. So what I want to do here is I'm actually going to rename these two that participated in preseason. You can see right here they're marked as having participated in preseason. So I'm going to rename these. Actually, I have to click on them and hit edit. And I'm just going to, I'm never going to use these again, so I'm just going to say preseason PGHS Team 1 Mario Kart. And I think technically you could just delete the team, but if you want to hang on to any of that preseason stuff that you had, you'll want to keep the team rather than delete it. So now I'm going to go back to my school, and we can see now I've got preseason PGHS Team 1 Mario Kart, and then I've got this other one here. I'm going to go ahead and rename that one. Preseason. So now when I go back to my school, both of these are preseason. And I'm going to add a new team by clicking this Add Team button up here. And it is going to be Pleasant Grove High, exactly how I had it named before. Because if you remember from the rule set, we need it to be named very specifically so that we know who you are, because there are a million CVHSs or MVHSs, or if you just name your team Varsity, or if you just name it like Cougars Red, or whatever naming conventions you're using, it's really difficult on the tournament administration side to know where that team belongs. So please, please, please follow the naming conventions that we've asked you to follow. And then I selected the game because I know this is my Mario Kart team. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Create Team. And now I have 3 teams listed. I need one more so that I can have my regular season team participating. So I'm just going to come back in here, and this is going to be my team 2. And this is also going to be Mario Kart. I'm going to hit create. So now I've got my 4 Mario Kart teams. In reality, it's 2 because I'm going to keep the same students that I had on my preseason team on my main team. So if I want to go in and add, these folks, I can. And I will have my roster. Now I'm just gonna do one on camera because I do want to talk about a couple other things. So now I've got my roster here for the regular season. Notice I'm currently not in a competition. I'm gonna need to go and register. Something to note, we've talked about having your rosters locked in an hour before the competition. What that actually means is whoever you have here in this lineup needs to be locked in an hour before. Once you get your match sent to you at 4 o'clock the day of your competition, that goes back to the check-in process. So you can have more people rostered here than you're going to have playing that day. But when you check people in, that's when you're indicating who is playing specifically. So just keep that in mind if you need to, because I know an hour, sometimes things happen in the hour where players may not be able to show up. As long as they're on your roster so that you can choose between these players when you go to check them in, that is what we mean when we say your roster's locked an hour before. So it's not your final lineup an hour before, but it's who your potential players are an hour before. And then once you go to check in at 4 o'clock, that is when you will select. So see, I've got 5 people here. Maybe Porter isn't available, so I only check in Chris, Sawyer, Isaiah, and Gabe. And those are going to be my 4 players for Mario Kart that day. But I do have 5 people listed in case maybe Chris couldn't come. Then I could play Porter, Sawyer, Isaiah, and Gabe in that situation. So that is my Mario Kart team. Now I'm going to go enroll them in the regular season for Mario Kart. So if I click on the team, you can see now I've got a join season button right here. Current status, not competing. If you look at your preseason team, it has that they're participating in preseason right here. So I'm going to go ahead and click join season. And it automatically selects the main season for Mario Kart because that's the only one available for this title. So LeagueSpot already knows which one it's going in. We agree to the terms of the season, basically saying you earn points towards qualifying for the championship and every match counts. So I'm going to agree and hit join season. And now I can see that I am in the main season of Mario Kart. And if I click on this, I can go even double check. If I look at the organizations who are involved, I should have one team from Pleasant Grove that is now signed up to participate. Okay. So you can see here we've got a couple teams that maybe need to change their names just so that we're more aware of who they are and where they're coming from. But overall, it looks like we're doing pretty good with naming conventions. And I'm going to do that process that I just went through for that Mario Kart team for both my Mario Kart teams, both my Smash teams, or all 3 of my Smash teams, and then all 3 of my Rocket League teams. So really just go in. You want to rename, as a recap, you just want to rename your old teams to say preseason so that you can make sure you're not trying to enroll the wrong team. And then you want to create a new team for the regular season. I know it's not extremely convenient, but that is the way that you can make sure that you are registered and signed up in time for the deadline. So thanks for listening. Hopefully this was helpful, and please reach out on the Discord or through email if you have any questions.